Starting off at our number 10 spot, cult. This video was recorded when someone was on their way home, driving down an old dark road at night. Everything was seemingly normal, passing by cars every so often, when they were approaching a bend and all of a sudden they came across what looked like a man holding an umbrella and a briefcase. The person then starts running forward and it's revealed that there are several others looking exactly the same. The person in the car then sees up on a hill someone who looks like the rest of the people lighting a flare. It's believed that this is a cult that was performing some kind of ritual.
Iron 9, attempted robbery.
Whoa, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? What's going on? Can I help you with something?
As this man is driving on the freeway at night, he eventually approaches a suspicious roadblock with only 2 traffic cones and a single car parked to the side. Apart from looking straight out of a horror movie, the moment I would have seen someone in the dark like that, I would have just floored my car until I got away. As seen in the captions, the man stops to ask the guy walking on the street what's up, but as he fully stops, he notices the man walking is reaching for something in his pocket, which could have been a gun he was using to rob other people on that road as well.
Now coming in at number 8, wildfire. Back in 2020, a journalist named Tyler Day captured this frightening footage on his dashcam while inside of the Hennessy wildfire. It can even be heard in the video the trees cracking, getting ready to break just above him. Thankfully, he was able to get out unharmed, and despite all that he really managed to keep his cool. I know if that was me driving, I would be completely freaking out. His dashcam footage managed to capture what it was like during this horrifying fire in California that destroyed over 318,000 acres of land.
At number 7, we have the random man. Imagine if you're riding on a dark road when all of a sudden this guy pops up in front of your car, looking unfazed from the fact that he's this close from being run over. Regardless if this was a real person or an apparition, this video is incredibly eerie. On one side we have a regular man who doesn't have a care in the world. It almost seems as if he doesn't care about his own life by standing in the front of the cars like that. As well, many people have claimed the man in the video is actually a ghost and that is someone who's passed away, but who really knows what the truth is.
Here at our number 6 spot, lightning. You know how they say lightning never strikes the same place twice? Well, this video captured by a family seems to prove otherwise. In a small state in America, a family was just driving along a road while it was raining and all of a sudden a car in front of them got struck by lightning. But not just once, twice, in the same exact spot. You can see the flames in the video quickly burst up from the heat of the lightning. I personally would count these people lucky that they weren't the ones that got hit, or maybe they aren't lucky considering they witnessed lightning striking twice right in front of them.
Right in the hump of our list, we have a Northern California fire. Another one of California's fires because this place looks straight out of hell. As of August 18, 2021, the state of California was facing unprecedented fire conditions as multiple fires including the Dixie Fire, McFarland Fire, the Caldor Fire, and others raged heavily on.
or ghost car. This footage was captured during a police car chase around the year of 2000 by Garden City Police. A few police cars were chasing a car when all of a sudden the car makes a turn to escape the cops, and when the cops turn, it can be seen on the dashcam of the police that the vehicle seemingly went through a fence. The car had already tried to lose the police by doing some scary turns and maneuvers, however they were unsuccessful, and the police were still right behind the car. Just when the police thought they had the car trapped by going into a dead end, the car then drove off, leaving a perfectly intact fence between the car and the cops. The police department still to this day can't explain what happened, and has been known as the Garden City Ghost Car.
The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
At number 3, we have ghosts sitting in the middle of the road.
My mistakes are one. Huh? My mistakes are one. I think I see lights. Oh no, that's just street lights.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah.
That's a bit scary.
That is very scary.
That's
Alright, my traction control just came on.
yeah, that's no good.
As these group of guys are driving down a winding road, they eventually get to a point when the road straightens out, and this is when they encounter this creepy looking girl in the middle of the road. She appears to be in all white and black hair, looking straight out of a cliche horror movie monster film, but regardless, seeing this in the middle of the night is bound to make all of us have some goosebumps.
Coming in at our number 2 spot, clown. So who doesn't remember the clown epidemic of 2016, am I right? Well, I thought because the clown videos were everywhere back in 2016 that I should bring it back to show you one of the scariest dashcam videos of a clown. This video was taken on a dashcam of a police officer in Wisconsin. Someone had reported back in November of 2016 that they had seen some creepy clowns outside, so police went to go check it out. When they had arrived, they saw 2 people in clown costumes standing on the sidewalk, and they only moved when the police officers told them to. It was discovered that it was just 2 men playing a prank, but the footage is still insanely creepy. And not to mention, it was reported that the police discovered one of the men had left his 4-year-old child at home to participate in this prank.
Caught in the headlights, both the creeps stand stock still and only move when the police officers tell them to.
Why don't you guys come up to this barrier right here? Go ahead and put your butts against it.
Completely unfazed by their ridiculous appearance, the officers slowly moved them off to the side. But
All the way at number 1 spot, we have the tree tsunami.
Все, дай ход, давай, дай ход.
This group of people were driving down a road within a very dense forest. At first, you can hear a slight crack from one of the trees, and then the tree falls. But slowly, the other trees around it start domino affecting, and then they all fall around it as well. This is when the car reversed quickly, and as the trees were catching up to the car, a tree ended up falling right on top of it, leaving them completely trapped in it.
Starting off this countdown at number 10, we have flying car. This video was captured by a woman who was driving in Israel. She was making her daily commute and talking to what sounds like her car Siri when someone wanted to cut in front of her. Although I think the car misjudged how much space they had, because when they tried to go around,
How much money do you have?
they ended up hitting the car in front of them and completely flipping, hitting multiple cars in the oncoming direction, almost knocking over a telephone pole.
14 или 15.
And then to top it all off, the car caught on fire.
At number 9 spot, we have a Japanese tsunami. On March 11, 2011, a 9.0 magnitude undersea earthquake struck off the coast of Oshika Peninsula, which caused a huge tsunami. Unfortunately, this tsunami claimed the lives of over 15,000 people, with thousands more missing and losing their homes. We all know how terrifying a tsunami can be, especially when it comes as unexpected as this one. A man captured the entire event on his dashcam, and when you're watching, just look at how fast the water consumes the entire city. It's truly terrifying.
後ろからも津波が押し寄せる。 そして25秒後には車は完全に回転を始めた車は
Number 8, landslide. This video was taken back in 2011 in Thailand. A few truck drivers were just making their way down a mountain when all of a sudden trees started to fall. Yes, nerve-wracking, but not too much to worry about when it's just a few trees, right? Well, unfortunately, it was more than just a few trees. Well over 15 trees had fallen over onto one of the trucks that was driving, with dirt and rocks also sliding down the hill, and it started to push the truck off the road completely. It's unknown if the person in the blue truck is okay or not, but I'd say for certain the person who took the video and witnessed it probably isn't going near any forest anytime soon.
At number 7 spot, we have the roadblock. Ever been driving along a road at night and wondered how scary it would be if someone just were to show up in the middle of nowhere? Yes, this is what happened to this driver in the video. On May 17, 2014, in what appears to be in the middle of the night, this driver is going down a road with no one else around except for maybe one lone car. As he continues down his path, he goes down a bend in the street, which leads him directly in front of a lady in white just standing there still in the middle of the road. This is terrifying because the girl on the road didn't even flinch, like any real human would flinch unless they have a death wish. Not only that, she was just staring right into the driver's soul after he just stopped right in front of her. Like, who even does that?
Number 6, Ghost Girl. This video was captured by someone in Singapore. When they were driving down a seemingly normal road, they came across what people were calling the Ghost Girl. The drivers heard honking as they were probably trying to tell her to get off the road. There are stories about this road that a young girl was in a car crash with her family, but only she passed away, and now her soul haunts the road just watching as cars drive by. Maybe it's a ghost, or maybe it's actually someone who's sleepwalking and happened to stumble onto the road.
Right in the hump of our list, we have a ghost sitting in the middle of the road.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah.
That's a bit scary.
That is very scary.
That's
Alright, my traction control just came on.
Yeah.
As these group of guys are driving down a winding road in Malaysia, they eventually get to a point when the road straightens out, and this is when they encounter this creepy looking girl in the middle of the road. She appears to be in all white, black hair, looking like the more cliche movie monsters that you usually see, but regardless, seeing this in the middle of the night is bound to make all of us have some goosebumps.
Now at number 4, Demon. When a taxi driver in Japan was dropping off their passenger, their dashcam captured something paranormal. To the driver, the car ride was completely normal, but to us who can see the dashcam footage, there was nothing normal about it. He's seen driving under a bridge when what looks like a ghost appears in the back seat of the car. The figure seems to linger around for a little while, with at one point having what looks like a smile on its face. Then suddenly, after a bit, the figure just vanishes. Now some say it's the reflection of the lights in the tunnel, but I don't really know how much I believe that, and not to mention how the figure disappears for a bit then comes back when the driver is no longer in the tunnel.
Saya tondel ini tondel.
At a number 3 spot, we have a locust swarm. In Russia's Republic of Dagestan, a swarm of locusts invaded and it was all captured on a person's dashcam. This looks straight out of an apocalyptic movie about the end of the world. In the video, the driver captured a gray cloud slowly approaching the vehicle, but when the cloud gets closer, as seen in the video, it becomes clear that it is not a dust storm, but a sea of swarming locusts. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Food for the Republic of Dagestan, the swarm affected 114,000 hectares of farmland, and despite attempts to stop the swarms through fumigation. Last month, the agency declared a state of emergency when a massive swarm hit the area.
Coming in at number 2, bus crash. This video was taken on multiple cameras on a tour bus in China. When the bus driver attempted to reverse on the highway after missing an exit, a transport truck had crashed into the back of the bus, unfortunately taking the life of the truck driver. However, everyone on the bus was okay, walking away with only minor injuries.
A spectacular crash has been captured on camera from the inside of a tourist bus in China.
I personally don't think the truck driver was at fault whatsoever, because who reverses on the highway?
All the way at our number 1 spot, we have a devil sighting. Somewhere in Asia during the night, a driver encountered one of the most creepiest looking people on the road. It's hard to explain what's in the video, so it's best to just show you guys what I'm talking about. In the video, we see a young woman with long dark hair sitting in the middle of the road. As she notices the camera, she starts to walk backwards towards the car and then picks up her pace. This is when the car is like, yeah, no, I'm out of here. At number 10 spot, we have Demon on the Dresser. In this video, a woman was in her home when her cat started to stare at the dresser in the room and started to pace back and forth. The cat's hair on its back then stood up, which never means anything good. Cats' hair on their back will often stand up when they're extremely scared. Later in the video, while the cat is still staring at the dresser, the cat starts to stand on one of its back legs, and I did some research on this one. When cats feel threatened by a devious predator, they'll often attempt to make themselves appear as large as possible. And you guessed it, perching up on the back legs is part of this survival tactic. If this cat was so threatened and scared, it felt like it had to stand on its back legs, then I'm convinced that this probably wasn't a good spirit at all. At number 9 spot, it's in the house. One family began to report that they were being terrorized by a demon after they conducted a seance to contact a deceased relative. At first, they believed they had contacted their relative, but minutes after, the voice they heard started to alter and change. Soon, the house began to show many signs of the supernatural, and in 2007, this video was posted to prove their experiences. The clip was recorded from 11 p.m. all the way to 5 a.m. and originally the cupboard was closed. After this, the family immediately put their house for sale, so I really feel bad for the new homeowners. At number 8 spot, we have the case of Brady Wells. 23-year-old Brady Wells had her whole life ahead of her. She was in school and had classes in the next month. So she decided to try and go out to the Grand Central Station, which was a nightclub in Longview, Texas. She then decided to take a drive to her sister's house in hopes that she would go out with her, but her sister was tired and decided to stay in bed. Despite being alone, Brady still went to the nightclub, but this would be the last time she would be seen. Brady was recorded on CCTV surveillance footage entering Grand Central Station alone, and she was seen leaving alone around 12:30 a.m. The footage shows Brady leaving the nightclub. However, a man with a white cowboy hat is following really close behind her. At first, you think they are going separate ways, but the shadow in the video when they leave show Brady getting closer to this guy. After days of no reply, her family reported a missing person and an investigation was underway. They found that her car seat had been moved back as if someone taller was sitting in it, and a gas canister was found that didn't belong to Brady's. At number 7 spot, we have witch sighting. So this next one is from TikTok user elkukui.tv. It seems like he's on a nightly patrol stopped outside of a rundown house. It's the dead of the night and he's the only one there with only a flashlight to help him. Around the first part of the video, we see a dark face peeking at the right side of the window, but it seemed that the person recording didn't even happen to notice. My seat is already out of the chair and you know this guy is going to have an encounter soon. It's said by some that he encountered a witch in her own home, which is why she quickly tried to spook him away once she saw him.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Hey! A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. Hey!
At number 6 spot, we have an aggressive spirit. Now onto the TikTok realm, we have a scary video by the user James Fitzpatrick. In the TikTok, we have a guy at what appears to be at his workplace when all of a sudden the power starts to cut in and out, causing the lights to flicker along with all the machines malfunctioning. It seems like this is a regular power issue, but as the video continues, you begin to see that this is being caused by something much more sinister.
Like there's a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh, shit!
In the hub of our list, we have levitation. This YouTuber claimed that she was being haunted by a poltergeist that wouldn't leave her home or her family alone. Days went on with constant banging sounds and objects moving on their own. Eventually, they had enough, and this is what they recorded. Go! Specifically, this is the Shapiro residence, and no, I'm not talking about Ben Shapiro. The couple who owns the house is named Philip and Mary, and after they talked about their supernatural experiences with their doctors, they recommended them to take a video, and now this is being claimed as real ghost footage. At a number 4 spot, we have a hospital ghost. Back in 2006, YouTuber Maysville Explorer captured some grainy yet terrifying footage at the now abandoned Hazelwood Hospital in Maysville, Kentucky. The hospital operated for about 60 years prior, but it would gain a bad reputation as being a completely haunted place people should avoid. People in the town would claim that the ghosts inside of this hospital would haunt the entire town. As well, they would report that you can still hear the cries and sounds of the former patients and doctors that used to occupy the halls. The face at the end of the video is what many believe to be a ghost that is still trapped inside of the abandoned hospital. The video was shot between 10 to 11 p.m. by a single person. So much is unknown whether or not this video is real, but regardless, who would want to go up to this hospital just for some small little clip? Couldn't be me. At number 3 spot, we have disappearance of Andrew Gosden. In September 2000, Andrew Gosden was only 14 years old when he went missing. He was a very smart kid, racking up the highest grades in school and showing signs of maturity at a very young age. He was a pretty normal kid doing the usual, going to school, going home, playing games, eating, same pattern every single day. Except on September the 14th, his parents noted that he was much more irritable that day. Instead of taking the bus like he usually does, Andrew decided to go on a cash withdrawal place and take out 200 pounds. This is when surveillance footage captures him leaving the store wearing a Slipknot t-shirt. It was there where he bought a one-way ticket to London, and this is the last we see of him. To this day, his disappearance remains a complete mystery. 2 men aged 38 and 45 were arrested on suspicion of kidnap and human trafficking in London, but both have since been released under investigation. Was he lured to London or was he there on his own? Who knows? Leave a comment down below of what you guys think happened to him. This is what he would look like if he was still alive to this day. At number 2 spot, we have an abandoned building. This video was posted on Reddit by a now deleted user with the caption, "Dark Demon in Abandoned Building." I mean, first of all, do we really expect anything good from that title? This brave guy decided to record his own adventure and stumbled upon a supposed demon. What even was that? Many people in the comments said it was a demon because the abandoned building has been used for many satanic rituals and other sacrifices. Near the end of the video, we even stumble upon an animal jaw, which was most likely used for a form or ritual. All the way at number 1 spot, we have face swap ghosts. We all loved the face swap feature when it first came out. We were switching faces with our friends, our family, our pets, but this TikToker exchanged his face with something that was much darker. Could this be a ghost in the background or a person standing? I mean, I'm pretty sure if it was a person, we would see them well before and they wouldn't look that dark. This video may stop many from trying out this feature altogether, and I apologize for that. At number 10 spot, we have Trapped in the House. In October 2012, YouTuber Michael D. McGee posted a video on YouTube that supposedly captured a demon that has been haunting his house for years. In the description, he claims that he has been haunted since late 2010, and ever since, his paranormal experiences have increased and gotten even worse. This is when he finally decided to capture a video of what was happening to him. At first, he heard the sound of movement on his stairs, but when he went to go check, no one was home. Then he heard something again, and this is when he took this video. The sound of the closed footsteps along with the door closing right next to him is bound to keep anyone up at night. Number 9, the sound of a demon. In March 2012, a Russian YouTuber posted footage of some sound he heard from the forest at night. The video was shot next to an abandoned and destroyed building, and the men in the video believed it was someone screaming from a megaphone. However, upon closer inspection, they noticed that it was from a single creature that was making that sound. Many people believed it was the sound of a rake in the video, which is kind of like a vampire-like humanoid that feeds on human meat and blood. However, paranormal investigators believe these were the screams of the devil. They believe these screams are the same sounds they make when they are suffering in hell, and when they come up to our world, they can't help but shriek and scream like this video. Number 8, a real haunted house. In September 2010, YouTuber Chris Honkotsky posted a video that captured footage inside of his father's home in Southern California. He mentions that when he was growing up in that home, he experienced a large number of paranormal events, but he was always reassured nothing was wrong and that's all in his imagination. He also noted that one time at the house, he attempted to try a Ouija board. He claimed it worked, but he forgot to say goodbye. And for those who don't know, that's the most important step. Despite incorrectly playing the game, he hasn't had any supernatural encounters until he saw this recording. The man concluded that it must have been a demon that he released when he played the Ouija board. The object in the back can be seen moving, and no, this isn't by anything human or a string. It was a 30-pound statue of a giraffe, and no one was awake at the time. And to make things worse, this all started happening at 3 a.m. Number 7, Annalise Michael. Surprise, surprise, exorcism is on this list as well. Except this is specifically the true story of Annalise Michael, who is also the inspiration for the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Annalise was a normal girl growing up, but by the time she hit the age of 16, her whole life changed. She began to see the face of the devil everywhere she went, and shortly after, many people, including herself, believed she was possessed by a real demon. A total of 67 exorcisms were done, and they sounded a little something like this. Unfortunately, they did nothing for this poor girl, and she ended up passing away from malnourishment and dehydration. Were these the sounds of a demon, or were these the sounds of a troubled girl looking for proper help? You guys be the judge. Number 6, Demon in the Dark. All the way back in June 2006, YouTuber Pasquale posted one of the creepiest footage of a supposed demon at night. He claimed that the footage came from a Spanish forest near the town of Campdevonial. Many laid claim that this was a sighting of one of the local demons that terrorized the area. But after seeing the footage, let me know if you guys think this is a real demon.
No, Matiu, ja veus si se'n diu Ricardo, des de fa rato que se'n diu que sí, collons, que sí, tia. Escolta, ho sents o no? Puta, tio!
Did you see the glowing eyes? If not, here they are again. This supposed demon has also been thought to be a rake, which is a very slender, dark-looking creature that I mentioned before. But in my opinion, this might be actually a demon. In the hump for our list, we have demon in abandoned building. This video was posted on Reddit by a now deleted user with the caption, "Dark demon in abandoned building." I mean, first of all, do we really expect anything good coming from an abandoned building? Didn't think so. This brave guy decided to record his adventure and stumbled upon a supposed demon in the process. What even was that? Many people in the comments said it was a demon because the abandoned building has been used for many satanic rituals and other sacrifices. Near the end of the video, we stumbled upon an animal jaw, which was most likely used for a form of ritual as well, confirming this theory. Number 4, chased. One man claimed to have visions of a demon and would also hear them while he slept. Because of this, he would suffer from insomnia and constant anxiety. One night, his hallucinations and thoughts began to get really bad to the point when he ended up running away from his own home, thinking he was haunted by multiple ghosts. When he ran outside, he decided to record a quick video, and as he began to hear slight noises around him, this is what he saw. Number 3, Demon Cat. In September 2020, YouTuber Happy Fox Productions posted some home footage of when they're away on vacation. They had a few cats, but they decided to leave them home as they were only gone for a few days. But still, they took their precautions and hired a house sitter to check on them. When they arrived back home, they noticed their cat's behavior was completely off and not normal, so they decided to check the security footage to see if anything happened. As you can see, there's a clear shadow of a person standing near the door, but also the cat is seen standing up, which was pretty odd according to the owner. They then decided to see if there was something there, so they did some editing. Number 2, household demon. One family began to report that they were being terrorized by a demon after they conducted a seance to contact a deceased relative. At first, they believed that they had contacted their relative, but minutes after, the voice they heard started to alter and change. Soon, the house began to show many signs of supernatural, and in 2007, this video was posted to prove their experiences. The clip was recorded from the hours 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. and originally the cupboard was closed. After this, the family immediately put their house for sale, so we gotta feel bad for the new homeowners. Number 1, demonic car. This footage was captured during a police chase around the year 2000 by Garden City Police. A few police cars were chasing a car when all of a sudden the car makes a turn to escape the cops, and when the cops turn, it can be seen on the dash cam of the police car that the vehicle seemingly went through a fence.
The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
The police department still to this day can't explain what happened, and it has been known as the Garden City ghost car, and others believed it was actually possessed by the devil himself.
Kicking it off at number 10, Invisible Man. This one happened at 5 a.m. December 27th, 2020, and it was captured on a Ring camera outside someone's door that had started to record due to motion being detected. In this video, you can see a dark, shadowy figure walk past this house on the sidewalk. It appears to take the shape of a man, and it also seems kind of see-through, almost like it's slightly invisible. I mean, maybe the camera glitched or something, but it doesn't really look like a glitch, and the fact that he just disappears at the end, like I know it's dark out, but that's freaky. Here at number 9, woman in the rain. This one happened in West London, UK in December 2020 around 5 a.m. So it was raining late at night and a woman had walked up to a house and she appeared to have her mouth wide open and not closing it. She closes it for a total of about a few seconds at most. After this, she rang the doorbell one more time, waited a few more seconds, and then walked away. The homeowner wasn't home at the time and said he didn't recognize the lady at all. It looks like she's screaming but with no noise coming out of her mouth, and she even started swaying side to side. Apparently she even knocked on multiple other doors in the neighborhood, and some even answered and they said she was begging for money or drugs. Taking our number 8 spot, Ronald Reagan. On New Year's Eve in 2015, just before 11 p.m. in Alabama, a couple saw a shadow outside their front door. They went on their doorbell camera to check and saw a man wearing nothing but a Ronald Reagan mask. The video is very short but very creepy. As you can see in the video, it looks like he's paranoid, looking over his shoulders and glancing back and forth. The husband ended up going outside to chase after the man, but he got away. What I'm wondering is why. Maybe he had malicious intent, or maybe he was just crazy. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I hope I never meet that man. Now at number 7, ghost trying to break in. A person was waiting for their package and then saw a Ring doorbell notification come up on their phone saying that motion was detected, and so they assumed it was the delivery service bringing them their package. They checked the Ring app only to see that. You can see very clearly what looks like a ghost cross over in front of the camera, and then it hangs out for a little bit in the corner. It looks as if it's trying to open the door handle or something. This one is also a lot scarier because it's broad daylight and you can very clearly see this shadowy figure. Coming in at number 6, ghost dog. This video was captured in a suburban area of a man waiting to be let inside a house. In the video, the man knocks, then waits at the door, and then suddenly turns around as if he heard something. An animal-like shadowy figure can be seen walking up to the door and then disappearing. Now, I don't know about you guys, and I know it's only a shadow, but to me, the shadow looks like one of these dogs. And you know what they say about black cats? Well, what about black dogs?
You have the Grim.
Halfway at number 5, little girl. This video was captured on a Ring camera that looks like it was placed above a garage. The video captured a small shadow across the street walking. To me, it looks like the shadow of a little girl walking very slowly. The spookiest part of this is that the homeowner saw the video and asked their neighbor, who also had a camera outside their house, to check, and their camera didn't capture the shadowy figure. So call it what you want, camera malfunction, ghost, whatever. Here at number 4, machete clown. Anybody like clowns? Yeah, me neither. In this video, you can see someone in a yellow jumpsuit with a clown mask on. The clown is also seen holding a machete and breathing very heavily. The clown rings on the doorbell and then runs off. It's unsure of what this clown was doing, but my guess is it probably was trying to hurt someone inside the house. Taking our number 3 spot, kidnapped woman. This video is recorded by a motion sensor doorbell camera in the middle of the night. The video shows a woman walking up to a door and frantically knocking and constantly looking behind her. A shadow is seen and then a man comes up behind her, grabbing her arm and telling her to get in the car, and you can hear the woman begging for him to stop. The man was later identified and charged with kidnapping. Always check your camera footage. Now at number 2, creepy clown. Not another clown one, come on. This video was captured by a doorbell camera, and in the video you can see a clown hold balloons standing in the distance and then slowly walk up to the door and then lean over to the camera and stare into it for a few seconds. This one just feels like it's like staring into my soul, and I hate it. The clown stands there for a few more seconds and then walks away, but every few steps stops and looks back at the door. Finishing it off at number 1, man at the door. In July 2021, in a quiet neighborhood, a tattooed man with a long gray beard walked up to a house and appeared to be talking. Now, while there was a woman inside the home, she did not say a single word to this man. The people who lived in the house were just a young couple, and the woman was the one who saw him standing at the door from inside the house. And then she walked away and called the police because she was terrified. So the whole time he was just talking to himself. The scariest part about this one is he says the words, quote, "I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you." Then proceeds to ring the doorbell again, but no one's there. If the person was standing there, they would see him, so why would he ring the doorbell again? Oh, but wait, I am not done. It gets worse. He later tries to open the door by grabbing the doorknob and twisting it. The full video is 3 minutes long. He was talking to himself, ringing the doorbell, knocking and twisting the doorknob for 3 whole minutes. At the end of that video, you can see him walking away. Well, the boyfriend who lived in the house but wasn't home at the time got on the Ring camera and started talking to him through that, asking him what he wants. And then the man walks back up to the door and starts talking to the boyfriend about how he wants to hurt hurt the woman. The man ended up leaving their property, but did however end up doing this to multiple other homes. But the police did catch him in time and identified him as a fugitive from California. Just a daily reminder to lock your doors.